Hi, I'm Whitney Freya, and I am popping on to declare to the world that I am supporting Elizabeth Warren for president. Now, I have resisted politics and I don't watch the news very much, and I know that we are in a potential state of tremendous change and transformation in this country, in this world, and it's really important right now to choose, to make a choice, and to share that. And in the past, maybe I've been afraid to talk politics because, you know, everyone gets pretty dramatic and we've got this polarized us versus them mentality going on right now. And I just want to share from a place of love and total acceptance about where we are and who our current leadership is and what we want, that the other night I had just a wave of clarity. Like, in a moment, I just knew that I was going to vote for Elizabeth Warren to be the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, because as a woman who loves men, who has a precious son, who knows that we all have masculine and feminine in us, it is the masculine level of consciousness, or the masculine frequency, that has created our current reality. And our American Western way of being and governing and doing business in this country is now very individualized, and it's been created from a perspective of separateness, of scarcity, of us versus them. And so we need a predominantly feminine perspective to come in and bring us back into balance. Elizabeth Warren is incredibly smart, has been in the political arena long enough to know how it works, but I love that she's been a teacher, a professor. She's brilliant. She has been standing up for the common people for decades, and I am going to do my best to support her run for office. And I thought I would kind of do this video in my garden, which is bursting right now. We're in harvest time, just to illustrate the fact that any change is going to require some planning, some intention, and it involves lots of pieces, right? So I think what we've been learning in America is that there is no one person that's going to cruise into any big old White House and make everything better. It has to be all of us together creating the change we want to see. And what are the seeds we want to plant? What are the seeds we want to grow? If I was super wealthy, making over $50 million a year, I'm sure I wouldn't want to be taxed more or anything like that. But what I would hope is that if I was earning over $50 million a year, that I would be excited to be generous with that abundance. And the truth is that it's like the government's just planted a couple seeds and nurturing just a couple seeds instead of allowing everybody to grow, right? Mother Earth demonstrates for us this abundant possibility and love that is available to all of us. And so I want to ask you to simply, one, vote, please vote, and to choose from a place of awareness and intention what you want to see growing in our country in the coming years. And I personally am pretty convicted that problems cannot be solved by the same consciousness that created them. Historically, there is a reason over the last couple thousand years that women have not been encouraged to lend their support or sit around the boardroom or the military room or the palace meeting room or whatever it is, because we naturally are the nurturers and the caregivers, and we don't get exploiting others. We don't get a lot of that us versus them conquering mentality as a general rule. it's not in our DNA. We give birth, we take care of the children, we take care of everything else while the men go out and hunt. Like, that's how, as humans, we have evolved. And so again, as a person who believes that everything's working out perfectly, that we are learning lessons in this moment, I do believe that the best medicine for us in the political arena would be as much feminine energy as possible. And so I would just encourage you to really meditate on who you want to support for the next president, and share your perspective, and do it from a place of love, not fear. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just saying, hey, I am a creative being who is interested in our country rising above the current state of disunion and creating change that is supportive and compassionate for all people. I want to see everyone being able to grow as much as they want, and being able to plant the seeds and water and nurture to harvest. And maybe perhaps we've gotten off track, and I believe Elizabeth Warren would be the best leader for our country to help us do that together. Okay, thank you. Bye.